What's up, everyone? Welcome to What's Brewing. I'm Mark. In today's episode, we're sitting down with Kily LaGarde, co-owner of Huya Craft Coffee, for part 2 of her interview. But before we get into it, let's roll that B-roll. Kily, thank you again for joining us.
I'm glad to be here.
All right, at the end of the last one, I can kind of give a little teaser because we talked mainly about Huya in the last episode, about coffee, your journey through that, but not a lot of people know that Huya's your second business.
Right, it is.
What is your first business?
I own a car wash in New Iberia.
What is the name of the car wash?
Get Wet Car Wash. Get
Wet Car Wash. So how did you get that one started? Because that to me seems like a business I never would have thought like, oh, let me do a car wash.
That was my mom. My mom and stepdad actually started Get Wet, and about 5 years ago, my husband and I bought it from them. They were ready to retire, and we decided we'd take the plunge. She was actually the second express tunnel in Louisiana. So,
really?
Yeah, I mean, hard to believe considering in Lafayette, car washes are popping up on every single corner.
Yeah, it's like you have 2 blocks car wash, 2 blocks car wash.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, you know, those are really good during sugarcane season.
Yeah.
You know, get all ashy everywhere. You know,
yeah,
say, oh,
exactly.
No.
Especially in New Iberia.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you made the jump to pretty much from your mom and your dad or stepdad were looking to retire. You made the jump into deciding to take over the business. Tell me how the first year of that was.
The first year, okay, so the first couple months, I thought, oh, this is gonna be a breeze. This is great. It is way harder than anybody can even imagine. You would think since they're popping up on every corner that they're pretty easy to run. If you don't know how to do plumbing, if you don't know how to do maintenance on these big machines, if you don't know electrical, then you're out of luck because you're having to pay somebody to do it, and that can get really, really costly. So we learned a lot in the first year. We learned a lot about people and managing people. Neither one of us had management experience or knew how to run a crew. Finances is another thing, but the first year was just a lot of learning. A lot of learning.
That's like, I know, like before I joined up at Rooted, I had my own company, and it was out of necessity that I did it. You know, it was one of those times where it was a slower period. They didn't really have a lot of jobs, and I was like, you know what, I'll create my own job.
Right.
And I did. And that's when I learned that being a business owner is extremely difficult. Like, a lot of people don't understand everything that goes on behind the scenes of it.
Yeah.
They don't understand. It's like, yeah, it's all smiles and everything like that. Oh, like over here we make coffee. Oh, come get your car wash. I'm like, yeah, it's like, but there has to be water that runs through that line. Paychecks employees expect to get paid, and somebody has to do it.
Right. Being responsible for somebody's livelihood is a whole nother ballgame.
You know, it's like at that point, it's not just you, it's 10, 15 other people that you're having to worry about, you know?
Right.
And the services, the rent fees, and a lot of people just don't realize everything that goes into it.
Yeah.
And what impresses me about you a lot is that you don't just do it once, you do it twice. You know?
True.
You know,
my brain doesn't shut off.
You know, we haven't even gotten to, you know, you're married, you have kids, so you balance all that.
I attempt it.
You attempt it.
I attempt it as gracefully as I can. I attempt it.
Well, to me, from everything, it seems like you're doing a great job.
Thanks, I appreciate that very much.
You're welcome. So what? Now we're talking about some of the business aspects, everything. Like, what are some like de-stressors? Because whenever you're dealing with that much stuff, there has to be some things that you do to de-stress yourself. You know, kind of like clear your mind.
Yeah, so every night, my husband and after we put the kids to sleep, we make it a habit to just sit on the back porch and talk, whether it be about our day or work, any of that. Usually we try to not talk about work just because we both work a lot, but just to kind of keep connection and de-stress and be not our working identity, you know? Kind of step out of the box for a second and then the kids are sleeping, there's no distractions and stuff like that, and it's just peaceful outside. But other than that, I shop entirely too much on Amazon.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Amazon. I think for a while, our employees at the car wash were kind of like making fun of me, wanting to know what boxes were going to arrive next.
That's what happens at my house too.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden I get home, I was like, oh, okay, 5 Amazon boxes came in today.
Highly stress shopping. Yeah, exactly. So I need to pick up some healthier habits.
Yeah, you know what? At the end of the day, it's like, what was, I don't remember exactly what show, no, I do, Parks and Rec. They had a phrase in Parks and Rec called treat yourself.
Yep.
Treat yourself.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, I've kind of dropped that habit off a little bit. I think I was even sending shipped over here at some point. But yeah, I need to find some healthier de-stressing. But right now my kids are priority. Like whenever I'm not at work, you know.
So with, how old are your kids?
One is 6 and one is 2.5.
Oh, wow. Oh, you got a terrible 2s and you got a 1-year-old.
Yes.
Oh, so what's their favorite shows right now?
Oh gosh. We watch way too much Blippi. And I don't think you even know what Blippi is.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
No idea.
Don't Google it. Just don't.
I will not Google Blippi.
We watch a lot of Blippi, and we watch a lot of like Paw Patrol and cartoons and stuff like that.
Okay, Paw Patrol I've seen. I've seen Paw Patrol with my nephews. I have no idea what Blippi is. I think they're on like the 30th or 40th iteration of the Power Rangers at this point. Right,
they are. They are. And like my 6-year-old is kind of like getting to the point where he's getting interested in that type of stuff. But if I'm being honest, my kids are outside all the time.
Okay, that's good. That's rare in this day and age.
From the second they're off of school, they're outside, and we have woods behind our house, and my husband cut a trail all the way through. So they've been riding 4-wheelers through the trail and kind of enjoying it before it warms up and snakes come out. But
oh,
yeah,
I got a snake in my boot.
Yeah. Yeah, but like we're outside people, more so than inside. TV's kind of before bed and to wind down, you know?
Wind down at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Something that's just out there and about.
Right.
So with the car wash, you said it's in New Iberia, correct? Where is it located in New Iberia?
Off of Admiral Doyle.
Off of Admiral Doyle?
Yep,
okay, so right there in the heart.
Right. We're right across from Walmart in New Iberia.
Oh, that's a great location.
Yeah.
Like before shopping, after shopping?
My mom she wanted that piece of property and she bought that piece of property. She was like, I want to be right here. This is the spot. And it ended up being a great location and really easy to get in and out of because it's not right there on the corner. So you're not pulling out right onto the red light, but it's still slow enough. So.
And how many years has it been around?
18 years right now. Yeah. Wow, huh?
18 years, 2 years into the 20th?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep, 2014, I think is whenever she started. No, 2004.
Oh, okay, so you're looking at, yeah, it's close to 20 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Close 20 years.
I know, my manager Meg the other day was like, hey, when do we make 20 years? Because we order air fresheners for all the customers and we kind of change it seasonally. And she was telling me, she was like, we need to do something for 20th anniversary. I know that's got to be coming up. And I was like, well, I don't think so. We have a couple more years there.
We had a couple more years. We figured it out in an episode of What's Brewing.
Exactly.
Before we do any kind of wrap up, there's one thing I will say about some of the, if you call it, I'm not sure if people are still calling it swag, the products that you guys sell that have Huya's branding on it. Every single one of them is made with high quality. Like it's the first time I bought a t-shirt from like a local business, and it's not insulting other local businesses, a t-shirt from a local business that has not shrunk. Like
really?
When you throw it in a washing machine or anything like that, it has not shrunk.
That's, okay, so this is kind of humorous because Shayna and I they're made at perfect fits. Okay. Out of Broussard.
Okay.
And Shayna and I went in there, they have probably 100 t-shirts to try on, feel, And we picked them out like that. We like the ones that we could tell were pre-shrunk, that were good quality, that were soft, not hard, like some of them are stiff. So we've been very intentional with everything since we've started.
It's like everything in the coffee shop that we're sitting in is that people can probably see the coffee bar behind you.
Yeah.
Everything in here was done with intent. Like there's nothing that's placed just because it needs to be placed somewhere.
Right.
Everything's placed because it makes sense and also adds to the whole feel.
Right, right.
And I can tell, I haven't been able to get to your car wash yet, but I've been here more times than probably some of the employees come here.
Very true. Very true.
And you guys have built a business that is just very welcoming to everyone. Anybody who walks through the door,
we try to be
always welcome. And it's not just from, it trickles from on top down. From you guys, the way that you always, hey Mark, how you doing? To your entire staff.
I appreciate that.
You guys have built a culture over here that is very rare to see in a lot of businesses today.
I appreciate that.
From me, not me with What's Brewing, but me as Mark, thank you.
Aw, thanks Mark.
Like, thank you.
We appreciate you guys. We're glad y'all are always here. And you know, that was something that was really important to us whenever we were building Huya, is we all liked coffee, but we all felt a little inferior sometimes whenever you go into a coffee shop. Mm-hmm. You can feel uneducated if you don't know. And we wanted an environment where that was welcoming for people to explore what they may like, and they may not know they like it, but we wanted to create an environment for them to ask the questions, to find something new that they like, to open up those doors of, I have no clue what that is. I don't know what an affogato is. I see it on a menu, but I don't really know what it is. And if somebody is not welcoming whenever you walk in, you're not gonna ask the question of, what is that? And we wanted an environment for people to feel welcome to ask any kind of question and to feel at home. And especially with the pandemic, an environment to come and sit and feel safe and have a good time. Meet up with friends, create a good culture.
And that you guys did.
Thank you.
You guys created a great culture.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So Kylie, that's gonna wrap it up actually.
Sounds good.
For part 2. It's been great getting to sit and talk with you.
Yeah, you too. You too.
Before I close this all out, why don't you tell people where they can find Huya and where they can find Get Wet?
So Huya is 1901 Shemin Metairie in Youngsville. We're right near the roundabout in Rouse's and across from Ascension Episcopal. And Get Wet is across from Walmart at 1210 East Admiral Doyle in New Iberia.
Awesome. Since I've been here so much, it's time for me to go get my car washed.
Yes.
Over at Get Wet.
I know a place.
You know a place.
I know a place.
I think you know the owner.
I do. I do.
I think you might.
I think he might be at home with my kids.
Thank you very much, Kylie. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Mark.
No problem. And that's going to do it for us here over at What's Brewing. If you liked everything that you saw here, don't forget to hit that like button. If you want to keep up with more things that are going on, crush that subscribe button. And don't forget to ring that bell so you can get notifications on all the new videos. But that's going to do it for us here. We hope you're staying safe and you have a good one.